Today in the studio, we're joined by Paragon's own Mark Coble for a look at our signature close proximity choir monitor system. Join us to see what makes our approach to choir monitoring different and how it solves many common issues that arise from productions that feature a choir. Hey there, I'm Brian Roggow, video and audio designer here at Paragon 360. Today I'm joined by Mark Coble, Paragon's audio and acoustics designer. Welcome back, Mark.
Glad to be here, Brian.
So today we're going to be looking at our signature choir monitoring system, which is our own method of solving this unique problem. But before we get into that, maybe we should start at the beginning. Why is it important for the choir to hear?
Yeah, Brian, it may seem like a silly question at first, but this is a fairly common issue we see with choirs. The choir needs to hear what we call cue and glue. Cue is for timing and glue is for pitch.
I really like that. Well, in keeping the choir on key and on cue is critically important. What about traditional monitoring systems makes this so challenging?
Well, as we have seen, traditional approaches typically will deploy loudspeakers overhead. And while this approach covers the choir loft with sound, it also introduces a lot of destructive interference with the front of house PA and broadcast audio systems when the volume is actually high enough to satisfy the needs of the choir. Latency also becomes an issue with the distance created between these overhead loudspeakers and the listeners.
I've seen those exact issues on so many incoming projects. So let's talk a little bit about Paragon's close proximity choir monitor approach.
Yeah, so there are a lot of benefits to this. First is the volume is kept low. This basically gets rid of all the acoustical issues that we're used to dealing with. Timing and latency, they're all gone. There's minimal interference with the front of house and broadcast mixes, and that's primarily because these monitors are now low volume and pointing into the null points of the microphones. Something else that's never been obtainable before is talkback functionality.
Yes, talkback functionality is a huge benefit for so many choirs. Some other benefits might be clarity in video playback or audio playback, or hearing the pastor speak, announcements that are normally lost with traditional choir monitoring. And our design is scalable and works for large and small choirs alike.
It absolutely does, Brian. We've installed this system in choirs of 50 to 500.
Yeah, you can handle quite the range. Our systems are currently in use at Bellevue Baptist Church, Whitesburg Baptist, Genoa Church, South Haven Baptist Church, and Concord Baptist Church, just to name a few.
Yes, we've used this technique in numerous churches, and it's revolutionizing the approach to choir monitoring for sure. The speakers might be a little different to accommodate each of our clients' budget, but the approach is the same.
So true, Mark. Thanks for joining me to share a closer look with us on how Paragon's close proximity choir monitor system really works.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching. To learn more about Paragon's choir monitoring system and how it could help your Sunday morning production, email us at info@paragon360.com. We'll see you in the next video.